On June the 5th of 2014, our life was changed like a light switch, immediately, instantly. My husband Allyn had been training for a triathlon for a couple of years before that, and the target date was coming up for the triathlon. So we packed up on June the 5th, loaded up the truck, and headed toward the Kansas City area. And my husband Allyn was going to participate in the Ironman half triathlon.
He had been training for a long time, getting ready for an Ironman competition in Kansas City. I mean, he'd been working really hard, swimming, biking, running, and I mean, he was just in fantastic shape.
We were headed up I-35, and as we were driving on the highway, my daughter Kendra and I noticed that there was a little bit of erratic driving. But Allyn is a jokester. He's humorous, he's funny, he likes to have fun. We just thought Allyn was being Allyn. And we quickly learned that that was not the case. He was driving down the center line, taking up pretty much the center of the highway, of 2 lanes of highway. Kendra and I kept telling Allyn, pull over, you know, this is not funny anymore, pull over. And as we would tell him to pull over, he would drive faster and faster. At one point I started crying, and I said, you know, Allyn, if you don't pull over, I'm gonna call our son.
I got a call from my mom, which I thought was odd. I mean, I knew they were on the road. Possibly thought she was just gonna check in with me, let them know where they were at. And she said, we're turned around, headed to the hospital. We think your dad had a stroke. And I didn't know what to think.
He smiled really big and the whole left side of his face just didn't move. I mean, it was unbelievable, and I'd been studying that for a year in medical school, and I never thought that would be something that I would see in my own dad. I got the keys from him, we put him in the back seat, and Dad's like, what's happening, you know? You guys are gonna be, what'd he say? You guys are gonna be surprised whenever we get there and they say nothing's wrong with me.
I remember walking in and he was, you know, laying in the bed, and I could tell one side was real droopy. And my grandmother, about a year before that, had had a stroke too. So we kind of dealt with that and kind of knew what happens as far as, you know, stroke and procedure and everything else.
So they took him down the hall for the CT scan, and what seemed like an eternity, the CT scan, the ER doctor came back and said, we have a problem.
He said, it doesn't look good at all. You know, he said, I wish I could bring you some good news, but there's a pretty large tumor on his brain. Life
got real.
Yeah.
Real fast.
Yeah, they told us it was taking up 25% of his entire brain, and the reason why he was driving erratically and having all kinds of different symptoms was because that tumor was basically pushing his brain out of his skull.
How does this even happen? Like, where did it come from? Did it appear yesterday? Has it been going on for years? Like, I mean, I didn't know what to do.
He was transported by ambulance from the ER in Edmond to OU Med Center, and then surgery was scheduled for Monday morning.
I don't know what tomorrow holds, sunshine or cloud.
They came and got him from the room, you know, and they're wheeling him out, and you know, you don't really know what to say, kind of thing. You know, he's about to go into brain surgery, and you don't know how he's gonna come out. My dad's 7 feet tall. It's a pretty big dude, and he's so strong, and he lifts weights, and he's training for a half Ironman triathlon, and not many people can say they do that. It's hard to see such a strong man turn to dust, literally lose so much weight, and you can see his bones and his veins, and that's not how my dad's supposed to be. You know, I knew that. And me and my brother both, we were, you know, both hugging him and saying, you know, we love you, Dad. So we didn't know if we'd ever hear it again.
It just, when you're a kid and you think about your dad, he's your hero, you know, he's your Superman. And to see him like that, just, I didn't know what to do. I felt helpless, you know.
The next day they came in and they did tell us, they said, the tumor that we removed yesterday, the pathology report has come back and it is glioblastoma multiforme brain cancer.
Beyond stage 4.
Beyond stage 4. So we are looking at an extremely terminal illness. I had been in the chapel at the hospital all night that night, crying out to God. Why are you doing this to me? I've always believed. I've always prayed to you. I've always read the Bible. And I've always trusted everything you told me. So, why? Why are you doing this? And I stepped in the elevator and there was a large man in there. That's when I realized that there was an angel in the elevator with me, because he said, "Honey, are you okay?" And I said, "No, not really." And I said aloud, "My faith is wavering. My husband's just been diagnosed with brain cancer. And I don't feel like the Lord is going to bring us through this." I said, "I just don't understand why. Why? And he looked me straight in the face and he said to me, "Why not you? Your faith is strong. Why not you?"
But I know who holds it.